Did you know there's a footballer who built his entire legacy using just one foot? A player so good, so unstoppable, that even though everyone knew exactly what he was going to do, they still couldn't stop him? That player is Lionel Messi. For over 2 decades, Messi dominated world football, winning the Ballon d'Or a record-breaking number of times, lifting the Champions League, and ultimately bringing the World Cup back to Argentina. But what made him truly unique was how he played. He wasn't fast like Ronaldo. He didn't overpower defenders like Zlatan, and yet Messi made the game look effortless, all with his left foot. So why did he rely on it so much? And how did he turn what most would call a limitation into greatness? To find out, we have to go back to 1987 in Rosario, Argentina, where his father, Jorge, worked at a steel factory, while his mother, Celia, cleaned houses to help support their 4 children. But it was Celia Cucatini, Messi's grandmother, who first saw something special in him. His neighborhood in Rosario played a big role in shaping him. He was unusually small compared to other kids his age. Leo had talented cousins living just blocks away, and most of his extended family was close by. He was always playing up with older kids. Rosario has a moderate climate where football can be played outdoors almost all year. At just 5 years old, Messi joined Grandoli, a small local club coached by his father. It was just a dusty pitch, worn-out balls, and kids chasing their dreams. But even then, there was something different about him. The ball seemed to stick to his foot like it was tied by a string. Every time he played, people would stop to watch. A small kid who somehow always found his way through defenders. His balance and control made that left foot a weapon unlike anything football had ever seen. But what was the secret? You see, in Rosario's rough, competitive streets, being small meant being targeted. So he had learned to keep the ball close, move quickly, and never give defenders a chance. That's where his style was born. Tight control, sudden bursts of acceleration.
Messi, immens Messi, encara 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 Messi, gol, 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 increïble, no m'ho puc imaginar, no m'ho podia imaginar, no ho he vist mai això, no ho he vist mai.
When Messi was just 10 years old, his parents noticed something strange. While the other kids were growing taller, Messi wasn't. After a few tests, the doctors delivered news that would change his life: growth hormone deficiency, a rare condition that meant his body couldn't produce the hormones needed to grow normally. If untreated, he would stop growing entirely. The treatments were expensive, about $1,000 a month, far beyond what his family could afford, and though they tried everything to help him, reality was beginning to set in. Messi's dream might end before it even began. But every day, Messi kept training, kept showing up, kept playing, and soon word started to spread. People started whispering about a small kid from Rosario with impossible control, a left foot so gifted it didn't seem human, a boy who could make grown defenders look foolish. At that same time, Horacio Gajoli, an Argentine agent who specialized in young talents, learned of a young prodigy from Rosario named Lionel Messi and contacted Carlos Rexach, Barcelona's technical secretary. Rexach, based in Barcelona, was intrigued, but initially assumed the boy was much older. When he learned Messi was only 13, he immediately dismissed the idea. It's too complicated, he thought. Signing someone that young, especially outside Spain, came with all kinds of challenges. The logistics, the legal issues, and above all, the uncertainty. To most big clubs, a 13-year-old from Argentina was still a distant project, not a future superstar. And then there was the question of his family. Moving them across the world was no small thing. Rexach eventually agreed to a plan. He proposed that the club pay for Messi and his family to travel to Barcelona for 15 days, so the young boy could be tested. If Messi was as talented as they claimed, the club would decide what to do next. What Rexach witnessed during that trial would change football. Barcelona decided not just to sign Messi, but to take care of him entirely, covering his medical treatment, moving his family back and forth between Spain and Argentina, and giving him the chance to chase his dream. So, on a napkin at a restaurant, Barcelona's sporting director wrote a contract by hand and signed it. That napkin would go down in history as one of football's most important deals. Now, he was at La Masia, one of the world's most famous academies. La Masia had already produced players like Xavi and Iniesta, all of whom would later become Messi's teammates, but we are not there yet. When Messi arrived, he quickly caught everyone's attention. Even among the best young players in Spain, he stood out. The academy staff knew they were watching something rare, a kid who could make the impossible look simple. Messi's first years at La Masia were about adaptation and proving himself. At 13, everything was new. The routines, the intensity of training, but Messi had already shown that he didn't need time to adjust. By 14, he was training with older players, testing himself against teenagers bigger and stronger than him. He never complained. He never slowed down. Every session was a chance to improve, to push the limits of what his body and mind could do. By that time, Messi's growth hormone treatment had started working. He gradually grew taller over the next few years, giving him the physical capability to play with older, stronger players while still retaining the agility and low center of gravity that became his trademark. By 15, Messi had become a central figure in the academy. Coaches took notice. His special skill was his ability to anticipate moves, exploit spaces others didn't see, and create opportunities out of nothing. His vision, speed, and precision made him look like a player years ahead of his time. Even at that young age, it was clear Messi was no ordinary talent. It was November 16, 2003. Just 16 years old, wearing that oversized number 14 shirt, Messi made his unofficial debut in a friendly against Porto. There was already considerable expectation surrounding the youngster from La Masia, but the few who watched that night could feel something different. Fast forward a year later to October 16, 2004, the day that it all became official. Barcelona were playing Espanyol when a 17-year-old Lionel Messi stepped onto the pitch replacing Deco in the 82nd minute. Barcelona would go on to win that game 1-0. His first goal, however, came a few months later, on May 1, 2005, against Albacete. Ronaldinho picked up the ball and lifted it over the defense. Messi timed his run perfectly and lobbed the keeper. The goal was ruled offside, but just seconds later, the same play happened again. Same pass, same run, and this time, it counted. At that time, Ronaldinho was the best player in the world, the face of Barcelona, the number 10. But that night felt like something bigger, like the passing of the torch to the next generation. Ronaldinho lifted Messi into the air, smiling as if he already knew what was coming. That image, Messi on his back, grinning like a kid, became iconic. By 2008, Barcelona was changing. Ronaldinho had left, Deco was gone, and a new generation was ready to take over. That summer, Pep Guardiola became the manager, a former captain who understood the club's soul better than anyone. From the very first day, Pep made it clear that nothing would be given. Everything had to be earned. He believed in control, in discipline, in football played with purpose, but more than anything, he believed in Messi. Pep didn't try to change him, he built around him. At the time, Messi was dominating on the right wing. Traditionally, left-footed players played on the opposite side, so they could cut in and shoot. Messi had perfected that, but opponents started to adapt, forcing him onto his right foot, making him pass instead of finish. They wanted to turn him into a playmaker, not a goal scorer. So Pep came up with a genius idea to create a role built specifically for Messi, one that gave him complete freedom to move wherever he saw fit. Instead of keeping Messi wide on the right, Guardiola made a bold move. He brought him inside, into a role of the false nine. Messi would drop deep, pulling defenders with him, opening space for others to attack. What looked strange at first soon became unstoppable. With Messi in the middle, everything changed. Defenders didn't know whether to follow him or hold their line. When they stepped forward, space opened up behind them. When they stayed back, Messi had time to create. It broke every defensive rule that teams relied on. It was the perfect form of football. Xavi and Iniesta dictated the tempo, trading passes until opponents suffocated under the rhythm. Dani Alves bombed forward, stretching the field wide, while Messi drifted between lines. Part striker, part playmaker, part magician. This was the defining Messi-era tiki-taka. Between 2009 and 2011, Barcelona reached a level of football many still called the greatest ever played. They won everything: La Liga, the Champions League, and hearts across the world. By 2010, Messi had already won his first Ballon d'Or and was on his way to dominating awards like FIFA World Player of the Year, the Golden Shoe, and European Best Player in Europe, trophies that recognized him as the best in the world. The night they defeated Manchester United at Wembley in 2011, even Sir Alex Ferguson admitted, "They're the best team we've ever faced." He had become unstoppable. Teams tried everything: man-marking, double-teaming, parking the bus, but nothing worked. The numbers were almost unreal. real. In the 2011-2012 campaign, Messi scored 72 goals in 60 games for Barcelona, a record that shattered everything before it. Over the calendar year, he would go on to score 91 goals, breaking Gerd Muller's long-standing record from 1972. For all his success in Europe, there was growing criticism back home that he couldn't do it with his country. Some even said he cared more about Barcelona than Argentina. They compared him to Maradona, the man who had carried Argentina to glory in 1986. He would play well, create chances, and score goals, but still, the trophies never came. It became one of the most painful contrasts of his career: dominance at club level, doubt at international level. In 2014, it was the chance to win Argentina their third World Cup trophy since Maradona. Messi was at the peak of his powers.
He had won multiple Ballon d'Ors, shattered scoring records, and carried Barcelona to almost every trophy imaginable. The World Cup in Brazil became the stage where all questions would be answered. The pressure was immense. Decades of comparison to Maradona, years of near misses in Copa America finals, and a country desperate for a hero. He led Argentina through the group stages and the knockout rounds. By the time Argentina reached the final against Germany, Messi had already won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player, but they would lose to Germany 1-0 on a late goal in extra time. A heartbreaking moment for the legend.
Aimed in for Kurtz! For Germany! 112 minutes! They
But Messi's dominance would continue. The 2014-15 season saw Barcelona achieve the treble, La Liga, Copa del Rey, and the Champions League. Messi was at the center of it all, linking with Neymar and Luis Suarez to form one of the deadliest attacking trios in football history. Individually, Messi continued to rack up awards. He won Ballon d'Ors in 2015, 2019, and several other individual honors in between: Golden Shoes, UEFA Best Player in Europe, and countless league awards. Yet with Argentina, the story remained complicated. Messi reached 3 consecutive Copa America finals, 2015, 2016, and 2019, and each time they lost. However, 2 years later, everything would change for Messi. After years of heartbreak, he finally led Argentina to the Copa America title. Argentina had waited 28 years to lift the trophy, and Messi was the one who carried them there. When Argentina beat Brazil 1-0 in the final at the Maracanã, it was a release of years of pressure. And just 1 year later, the magic would happen. The tournament started with shock. Argentina, favorites to win, fell 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. Messi scored early, converting a penalty in the 10th minute, but the team couldn't hold the lead. Saudi Arabia struck twice after halftime, leaving Argentina stunned. It was not a great start to what might have been Messi's last chance of bringing the World Cup back to Argentina. Against Mexico, the pressure had mounted. Argentina had to win to keep their hope alive. In the 64th minute, Messi scored the opener, and Enzo Fernandez added a second late in the game. The win restored confidence. They followed that up with a 2-0 win against Poland. Messi scored again, and Argentina topped the group. In the round of 16, Argentina faced Australia. Messi scored his first knockout stage goal for Argentina. Alvarez added a second, Australia pulled one back, but Argentina held on. The quarterfinal against the Netherlands was chaotic. Argentina took the lead twice, the Dutch kept coming back. Messi scored one of the goals and converted his penalty in the shootout. The match ended 2-2 after extra time, and Argentina won 4-3 on penalties. In the semifinal against Croatia, Argentina dominated. Messi scored early and assisted a second. Argentina controlled the match from start to finish. It ended 3-0. The final against France was epic. Messi opened the scoring with a penalty, and Di Maria added a brilliant second from a beautiful Argentina build-up. France stormed back with Mbappe brace, tying the game 2-2. In extra time, Messi scored to take the lead, but Mbappe moments later completed his hat-trick, tying the game 3-3. It all came down to the penalty shootout, the last chance for Messi to fulfill his dream. Argentina won 4-2, and Messi lifted the World Cup trophy. There it was. Messi had finally done it. He had complete football. To that point, Messi's career had produced an unprecedented collection of trophies and awards. 10 La Liga titles, 7 Copa del Reys, 4 Champions Leagues, 3 FIFA Club World Cups, 3 Copa America trophies, 1 World Cup, 8 Ballon d'Ors, 6 Golden Shoes, and countless individual honors. The boy who had struggled with growth hormone deficiency, the boy who had faced doubt and criticism, had become the GOAT, all with his left foot.